Giles Montessori and School. Unit 5, The Road Not Taken, poem, by Robert Frost, from Textbook of English Grade 10, National Book Foundation for Federal Board Islamabad 2025 onwards. Included in this video is summary writing of the poem through different steps as required in the textbook. Let's learn summary writing of poem The Road Not Taken through different steps. Step 1. Let's learn to understand the theme, tone, and main ideas expressed in the poem. Theme in the poem. Theme is what the poem is mainly about, like love, nature, friendship, courage, or life choices. In this poem, the theme is about making choices in life. The poet stands at a place where two roads go in different directions, and he has to choose one. This is just like in real life, where we often have to make decisions. Once we choose, it can change our future, and sometimes we wonder what would have happened if we had picked the other choice. Tone in the poem. Tone in any poem is the poet's mood or feeling, happy, sad, thoughtful. In this poem the tone is thoughtful and reflective, as the poet looks back on the choice he made. Main ideas in the poem. The main ideas are the most important points the poet talks about. In this poem, the main idea is that life gives us many choices, and the choices we make can change our future. Once we choose, it's hard to go back. The poet shows this by describing how he comes across two roads in the forest and must pick one. Just like in life, we have to choose between different options. Step 2. Pinpoint key literary devices, metaphors, symbols, and emotions conveyed in the poem. Literary devices. Literary devices are special tools or techniques that writers and poets use to make their writing more interesting, beautiful, and powerful, such as metaphor, simile, symbolism, rhyme, alliteration, imagery, etc. The poem uses metaphor, imagery, symbolism, personification, alliteration, and a clear rhyme scheme to express the idea of making choices in life. Metaphors in the poem. Metaphor compares two things without using like or as. For example, time is a thief. This means time doesn't really steal, but this metaphor shows how quickly time passes and how it can take away moments from life. The world is a stage. This means life is like a play, and people are like actors playing roles. Other common metaphors include a heart of gold for a kind person or the apple of my eye for someone greatly admired. In this poem the two roads are metaphors for life decisions. The poet uses the image of two roads to show the different choices a person faces in life. The road less traveled is a metaphor for a unique or unusual choice. It suggests that the poet chose a path that most people avoid, which made his life different. The journey, walking down the road, is a metaphor for living life after making a decision. Once a choice is made, a person moves forward, and, like in life, it is not easy to go back and change the decision. Symbols in the poem. A symbol is a sign, shape, or object that is used to represent something else. For example, a heart shape is a symbol of love, a dove is a symbol of peace, and a flower is a symbol of beauty. In this poem, the road symbolizes a decision or choice in life, and the road less traveled symbolizes a unique or uncommon choice in life. Emotions in the poem. Emotions are the feelings a person has, like being happy or sad. Emotions help us understand what the poet is feeling and what mood the poem is showing. In the poem, the poet feels regret, sadness, curiosity, wondering, and reflection. thinking deeply, especially about how one decision can change life forever. The poet looks back and wonders what might have happened if he had chosen the other road. Step 3. Break the poem into stanzas and summarize the main message or feeling of each. Step 3 means divide the poem into stanzas. Stanza, a group of lines in a poem, like a paragraph, and explain what each part is about. In the poem, the main message is summarized stanza-wise as follows. Stanza 1. The poet comes across two roads in a forest and wishes he could take both, but he has to choose only one. Stanza 2. He chooses the second road, thinking it looks more interesting and less worn. Stanza 3. Both roads are actually quite similar, but he decides to save the first one for another day, knowing deep down he may never come back. Stanza 4. In the future, he will remember this choice with a sigh and say that taking the less traveled road made a big difference in his life. Step 4. Mention any rhyme scheme, rhythm, or unique structural elements that contribute to the poem's impact. This step means you should talk about how the poem is written, like its rhyme scheme, rhythm, or special structure, and how these things make the poem more powerful or meaningful. Now, let's understand the rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. Rhyme means the ending words sound alike, like day and way. In Robert Frost's poem The Road Not Taken, the rhyme scheme is A, B in each stanza. That means the last words of the lines follow this pattern. The first line rhymes with the third and fourth lines. The second and fifth line rhyme with each other. For example, look at the first stanza. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. A. And sorry I could not travel both. B. And be one traveler. Long I stood. A. And looked down one as far as I could. A. To where it bent in the undergrowth. B. So the pattern is A, B, B. The rhyme scheme gives the poem a smooth, musical sound, making it enjoyable to read. It matches the thoughtful mood of the poem, as the poet reflects on the choices he made in life. Rhythm. Rhythm is the beat or flow when you read it. The poem has a steady rhythm, which makes it feel like a calm, thoughtful walk. Step 5. Identify and articulate the central themes or messages the poet is conveying. This step means find and clearly explain the main ideas or important messages that the poet is trying to share in the poem. In this poem, the central message is that life gives us many choices, and the choices we make can change our future. Even small choices can change our whole life. Step 6. Describe the emotional tone of the poem, whether it's celebratory, melancholic, reflective, etc. The step 6 means that explain the feeling or mood of the poem. Is the poem happy and celebrating something, celebratory? Is it sad or thoughtful about something lost, melancholic? Or is it more about thinking deeply or remembering, reflective? In the context of the poem The Road Not Taken, the emotional tone of the poem is reflective. The poet is thinking deeply about the choice he made and how it affected his life. There's a sense of wonder about what might have happened if he had chosen the other path, but it's not too sad or happy, just thoughtful and reflective. Short plain summary of the poem, The Road Not Taken, by Robert Frost. In The Road Not Taken, Robert Frost uses the image of two paths in a forest to represent life's choices. The poet must choose one road, even though both look equally inviting. He picks the one less traveled and later reflects that this choice has shaped his life. The poem teaches us that every decision, big or small, can have an important effect on our future, and sometimes we may wonder about the path we didn't take. The Road Not Taken का खुलासा। द रोड नॉट टेकन में रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट ने जंगल में डू रास्ते की तस्वीर को जिंदगी के फैसलों की ओलिमोट के तौर पर इस्तेमाल किया है। शायर को इन दोनों में से एक रास्ता चुनना होता है। हलन के दोनों ही दिलकश और एक जैसे दिखाई देते हैं। वो रास्ता मुंतहिब करता है जो काम लोग इख्तियार करते हैं और बाद में सोचता है कि इस फैसले ने उसकी जिंदगी को किस तरह बदल दिया। ये नज्म हमें ये सिखाती है कि जिंदगी में हर फैसला, चाहे वो छोटा हो या बड़ा, हमारे मुस्तकबिल पर गहरा असर डाल सकता है और बाज़ औक़ात हम उस रास्ते के बैर में सोचते हैं जो हमने नहीं छूना।